What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hitman Absolution. Oh, my favorite Hitman game, as we all know. It's time for Shaving Lenny. This is one of the better levels in the game, for obvious reasons, but it's still got its issues, though.
Sir?
Still,
We found him. Birdie was right.
this
He's in
ranks
Hope,
up
South
with King of
Dakota.
Chinatown as coming close to feeling like a true Hitman
not
level. My issue with it is that it's split in two checkpoints when it so easily could have been one. In fact, it would actually improve the level significantly if it was all one big map.
He's already in touch with the competing
Not only
arms
is it
now.
feasible,
We're talking
it
six
would
figures.
significantly improve the variety of ways that you can eliminate these targets.
Dexter is not someone that you want to mess with.
Anyways, the first checkpoint, we've got 3 targets. This is the biggest map in the game, I think, and it's basically a sandbox.
It's way too dangerous.
Well, the disguise system kind of ruins it a little bit, if I'm honest, but at least it comes close to feeling like a sandbox, because there's a fairly good amount of ways you can approach these 3 targets, and this level in general. We're gonna start out by we're gonna eavesdrop on these two guys a little bit, because the first target we're gonna go after is the one that's not here at the hot pink car. He's gonna be going to a convenience store right here. Yep, right here. If you go through the effort of reading his bio in the mission briefing, which, for one thing, how do these missions have briefings, and how does 47 have any intel on these targets? Most of the targets in this game just feel tacked on, and he just has to eliminate them because they're in the way, and he literally just saw these people for the first time ever. How does he know anything about them? Anyways, Tyler here owns this convenience store. We just need him to go upstairs to his office, where we're gonna sneak up behind him, and we'll use our fiber wire to silently eliminate him and hide his body.
Borrow money from Dexter?
We just need
Are you kidding? That'd be like
need
kissing
to
a
work around the
beehive.
clerk. She can't see us,
Don't worry,
obviously.
Me and the boys, we got something.
She never
planned.
goes upstairs, I don't
Something big.
think, but
Just between you and
she
me,
just can't see us go behind the
we'll be out of
desk.
here real soon. For good this time, maybe. I don't know, maybe.
Sometimes this guy's head locks in a head turn, and then this dialogue looks
you
so
could always,
stupid because his head is
come
like
with me.
stuck looking to
if you
his
want it.
left or to his right or something like that.
Yeah.
It's so dumb because
I mean,
I just like
I
to
could always use a good
nitpick
waitress,
issues with this
you know.
game because
Yeah, okay, just.
there's so much
just think
wrong
about
with it,
right?
both
No,
in
and
terms
don't
of
tell anyone.
writing, gameplay, and technical bugs. Alright, let the clerk turn around, and then we'll start following Tyler upstairs. Get your fiber wire ready, and then strangle him as soon as you're up here. And then we will go ahead and dump the body in that closet over there. Right there. And when we sneak back down, don't just dart out, because the clerk should be behind the desk right now, and we need her to move again. There she goes already. So just slip out, and now we'll walk over towards the junkyard, where we're gonna get our disguise. Ideally, you would disguise yourself as a mechanic or a plumber. That is a unique disguise, but the plumber is hard to get. And hell, on expert, the mechanic is hard to get. So we're just gonna take out a cop, and we're gonna have to take his uniform. So we'll do a subdue attack from around the cover, and we will have to hide the body. I mean, it takes a lot of effort because you gotta dump him here and then put him in the dumpster. But you have to hide this body, otherwise our next target is going to find it. So go ahead and dump it in the dumpster, like so. And let's put his clothes on. And now we will proceed deeper into the junkyard. Avoiding contact with cops, which unfortunately are everywhere. So yeah, just watch out for him. There's the next target. Watch out for this cop. But if you stay to the left as far as you can, you should be fine. So we're gonna set up a death trap for our next target. We're going to like hotwire the chain link fence to be an electric fence if we turn the generator on. But we can't just turn it on and leave it for two reasons. One, there's a patrolling cop that goes through the fence and we can't have him getting killed. And two, the generator's on a timer, so when you power it on, it only stays on for a few seconds. So we need to do it as soon as the target is walking by. Let the cop go by first. And now we just need to wait for our second target. His name is Gavin, I think. Not that it matters, because these are basically just... I mean, almost every target in this game is a MacGuffin. And I say that because, you know, this game is very narrative-driven, and the story sucks. And all the targets, like I said, are MacGuffins, because they were literally tacked on because this game wasn't supposed to have targets, it was supposed to have cinematic cutscenes or whatnot. Anyways, once Gavin here is close to the fence, pull the lever. And here he goes. Wait for the fence to turn off, otherwise you will get killed walking through it. You'll know it's off because the red light will come on and the green light will turn off. Blend in past this cop. And once you're past him far enough, you're fine. One thing about this game is that when like anyone finds a dead body, not only will they investigate it, they will permanently investigate it for all eternity. You'll see when we come back to this area for the exit point after we kill this last target. What we're doing now is hanging out here for a patrolling cop to walk by. You can just barely see the target in the distance, and there's the cop getting ready to come down the stairs. Once he walks by, we can carefully avoid him so that we don't have to burn any instinct to blend in. And we'll go up into the, I'm guessing, the break room of the local mechanic shop, where we're going to turn on this gas stove to set up our death trap for our last target, who's, I think his name is Landon. And then, you know what, I shouldn't even bother remembering names. From this point on, I'm going to call all the targets MacGuffin. Yeah, just like freaking Dead to Rights 2. Oh wow, I just made a super obscure reference. There's probably only one other person on YouTube who probably knows what I'm talking about. Anyways, as we wait for MacGuffin, we're gonna check out the donuts. And, well, if you want to do things faster, there's a room that MacGuffin goes into, where he talks on his cell phone and whatnot. The room is secluded, and you could just fiber wire him in there and hide his body because there's a closet in there. It's faster and probably easier. I just want to do the gas explosion because there's a challenge for it, and because whenever this game does come close to replicating the Hitman sandbox-style formula, I want to be able to come as close as possible to replicating the fun of Hitman, even when this game makes it very, very difficult to do so. Because in this level, The Foundation, it has the right ideas. It's a very large open-ended map. There's 3 targets and a decent variety of death traps you can set up for them. But the disguise system kind of ruins it all. Kind of makes this map not fun to explore. Again, unless you're dressed up as the plumber, who is a unique disguise that no one sees through. Anyways, after that phone conversation, this will trigger MacGuffin to walk in front of the stove, and we can shoot the range, or the burners, to blow it up. This cop will obviously hear the explosion, but thankfully he's not the one that's going to investigate. I'm not even sure if an actual cop investigates. Anyways, but once that cop goes back to neutral, looking out the window, we can walk by him and save some instinct. Alright, before we get to the exit, because we have to pick the lock to the damn door. See what I mean when I said dead bodies will be investigated for all eternity? Because, you know, having corpses body bagged was removed from blood money, and then obviously it was put back in for the World of Assassination games. Before you lockpick the door, make sure that mechanic is turned around, and then that cop, he should not be looking, but in the event that he's positioned in a bad way, you're gonna have to distract him so you can pick that lock. Anyways, on to the second checkpoint. We have 2 targets here, and we also have to knock out and kidnap Lenny. We need him alive because we need to interrogate him for intel. That's where we are with the story. Lenny is Blake Dexter's son. Blend in past the cops, round the corner, and make sure the door closes, because you do not want those cops to accidentally see through you. So we're gonna enter the barbershop through the basement. We'll go to the actual barbershop area over here. And there's a conveniently placed laundry bag with a barber uniform. Go ahead and take it. This is a unique disguise, so we can completely free roam, no need to blend in. So first we're going to trigger Lenny to go into the actual barbershop. Stand close to the sofas behind me. Do not get too close to that pizza, because those 2 guys drinking beer, it'll trigger a conversation and then they're going to move. And they're going to move into a position where where one of them could potentially die from a chandelier accident we're going to do. So do not get too close to that pizza. As soon as Lenny sees you, it'll trigger him to go to the barbershop, and all he's going to do is just sit in the chair and wait for you. We want this, not only because he'll be out of the way, but this is how we're going to kidnap him. So the first target, I think his name is Luke, but he's a MacGuffin, so what does it matter? He's gonna stand under one of the chandeliers. It's the one further away from this balcony, this ledge we're next to. So if you gotta shoot this down quickly and carefully. It's tricky, but doable. Enter this room, get your pistol out, but not where I was standing, and then from the spot I was standing at, very quickly and carefully shoot the chandelier while the door is open. Make sure the door is open, otherwise it won't work. I think you'll just hit the door and distract the cops, and that's bad. Here's some lighter fluid, take it. Now we'll go after the last target.
I think the guy's been spiking their
Pouring hot sauce all over the grill.
One more super
And
hot
he's
sauce
gonna
coming?
request a new one. But we're gonna replace it with lighter fluid, and the dumbass that's going to get it is gonna mistake it for hot sauce. So in the basement, swap the hot sauce for the lighter fluid. And then
Good, man.
we'll backtrack towards the grill. That's his name, Mason.
What's happening?
Mason MacGuffin, I guess I'll call him. So we'll just hang out at the grill and wait for the death trap to happen. Alternatively, Mason is currently going to the corner down there to literally piss on the ground. There's a conveniently placed like fuse box or something next to where he's pissing. You can sabotage it and turn the power on to electrocute him to death. But we already did that in the last checkpoint, so I'll do something different here. Plus, the lighter fluid grill kill is way more amusing anyway. Because when he's dying, he's going to be screaming like he just got high off of helium. I mean, listen to this.
Hey, this hot sauce is a big hit, huh?
Now that is a glorious death scream. So after the 2 targets are dead, let's go get Lenny. And it's very important that you kill the targets before doing this, otherwise you'll get a very different outcome. However, if the targets are dead when you come to the barbershop to take out Lenny, you'll get a completely unique cutscene that completely ends the level. And don't even worry about the cop sitting on the sofa behind you. He's gonna do nothing. That is, unless you do this before killing the targets. Then you'll just knock Lenny out, and then I'm assuming the cop will react. Anyways, that's the level. See you next time.